Okay, so not Optimusmastro, musings of Marco, I guess episode 3. Good morning. So today I guess it's a plug for somebody else's YouTube channel, and it's long overdue. I mean, it's Fr Nick DiNarzo with Beyond Word Productions, and he is addressing a couple of points, especially today, about guys like him, guys like me, making our way in the Catholic Church. Now, what happens is when we have that awakening to the faith and we're trying to discern we're coming into the church, there's certain things, they're not said, but you know what's going on. Um, how do you carve out your own identity? Like for me, I just came from my okay, working out is part of my lifestyle. Asking me not to work out is like asking somebody not to take a shower. It's part of what I do. It's part of who I am. I believe in staunch prayer life. I believe in physical fitness, and I think a diet. That is going to get a potential discernment to celibacy and chastity. If you don't have that, forget it. You can have a great prayer life, but if you start getting into sweets and sugary foods, you're going to up your estrogen level. You're going to look like a little pear, and men are not supposed to look like that. We are supposed to get fat by our pot growing first, and then the rest of us. If you're getting fat by having no muscle tone and wide hips, there's a problem. Okay. The other thing is that a lot of times the people running the church, men, women, I'm not just talking about priests, but they all seem to be the people who were bullied. Now, sometimes I feel like I don't know if you remember that Adam Sandler movie. I think it was Billy Madison where he writes a letter, and I was never bullied. I was never a bully, and I was never bullied. But I felt intimidated. I'm not into art. I'm not into museums. I'm not into all these abstract things. I don't think that men in general will have a Bible study and they'll sit around and say, "How does that make you feel? And how does that make you feel?" We're not built that way, you know. And as I said, that spiritual combat, especially during Lent, is to take up the cross and fight. That's our natural disposition. Our natural, the best example is that the way I was raised, say you're in the supermarket and you're in the express lane and the express lane says 12 items and under. Now, if it's an old lady in front of you or an old man in front of you and they have 15 items, no one's going to care. If it's a person who's handicapped, no one's going to care. But if it's somebody there with 20 items and they're of able body and able mind, I'm the type of guy who's going to say, hey, get the hell out of the line and go to the other one. That's the way I'm built. Now, you look at the Gospels, you look at the apostles, most of them were built the same way. In that respect, I think the church can't be a haven for all these kind of, I don't want to use the word, but delicate people. People who were, persecuted people following a persecuted Lord. Now, that doesn't mean there's no room for them. There's room, like in any, like a company and a school, there's all sorts of people in there. But when there's a unique concentration of one type of person, like something's off. Something is off, guys. I am thankful for Father Nick because he brought out a point. People like me, when I had my nervous breakdown, where is my identity in the church? I don't know. Why? Because, as I said, discerning priesthood is a beautiful vocation. It's something, when you're a kid, as I said, I love the idea of priesthood. I mean, he's respected by the community, what have you. But as you get older, you're going to discover women. You're going to discover money. You're going to discover all these things that are not necessarily a bad distraction. They're part of growing up, life. The thing is, you have to distinguish between what's sinful and what isn't sinful. And we need good, strong priests to tell us, to teach us. Most people, guys, and I say this with a heavy heart, can see what's going on. And I think at this point, Stevie Wonder could see what's going on. So I know maybe I'm, killing myself saying this, but it has to be said. And I want to thank Father Nick for bringing that to light because a lot of us, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us guys that feel that way. We are trying to discern, we're trying to practice our faith, live our faith, and yet we're kind of marginalized. To some people, I'm considered a radical traditionalist. I don't know where that came from, but because I love high liturgy, but I'm also working with the poor, so I confuse people at the same time. You know, it's unbelievable. I have a brain. I like to think. I like to pose questions. You know, that's the way I'm built, guys. Anyways, God bless and happy Sunday morning. Peace.